All right, folks. Well, I have another prophecy snippet for you today. Just a brief thought, something that you need to consider from the scriptures if you're going to understand where we are, where we're going, and what the Bible has to say about the end times um, and the tribulation and so forth. All right, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So I searched this term in the King James, the Cambridge Pure Text King James, right hand of God. So a lot of believers don't realize this or don't think about this, and this is incredibly significant. Where is Jesus right now? Well, he's at the right hand of God's throne. And that's important. Jesus is not on the throne right now. He's on the right hand of God's throne. And here's some verses that we'll just look at. If then ye be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifices for sins forever, that's speaking of Jesus, fully God, fully man, he sat down on the right hand of God, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. And then again, this is referring to Jesus, who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of God, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him. So what's going on here? Well, all things have not been fully consummated yet. Jesus is not on the throne right now. God the Father's on the throne. And understand that God the Father, in ancient times, he set up these principalities and powers, this entire hierarchy of spiritual authority, and then some of those principalities and powers became corrupt, began accepting worship, gave their allegiance, and allowed themselves to be seduced by Satan, and so forth. And so there's a broken system in the second heaven as well as on earth right now, and that's the system we've got right now. But eventually all things are going to be put under Jesus' feet, but that hasn't happened yet. Now why, friends, is this so significant right now? Well, there's all manner of false doctrines out there that are saying that we're in the millennial kingdom, or that the millennial kingdom of Christ already happened. That is not the case. The millennial kingdom of Christ, during that time period, Jesus Christ is on the throne. And guess what? He is not on the throne yet. He's on the right hand of God's throne right now. All things have not been consummated as of yet. Jesus is not on the throne. We're still under the old system. Everything is still broken and corrupted by sin, not only on earth, but in the spiritual principalities and powers as well. Let's go take a look at Daniel, and one of the prophecies in Daniel, because it also shows Jesus the Son being given. Yes, this is Daniel chapter 7. So earlier in Daniel we have the vision, Nebuchadnezzar's dream, where he sees this statue, and that's the four kingdoms that arise before Jesus' first coming. And Jesus' first coming, when he made his advent here as and lived a human life, fully God, fully man, God in the flesh. And that happened, and all of that was fulfilled already, and Jesus did come during the time of Rome's dominion on the earth. This here in Daniel 7, these are the last four empires before Jesus makes his second coming. This has not happened yet, or at least not all of it. You have the winged lion, you have the ravenous bear, you have the winged leopard, and then you have the terrible beast kingdom of the Antichrist. I personally believe that we are under the winged lion right now, which is Mystery Babylon, just like the Lamassu, or the winged lion, or the lion with the ruler's head was a symbol of ancient Babylon. I think that the winged lion here is a reference to Mystery Babylon, or America. We came from the lion, Britain. We are the eagle's wings that were removed from it. And I do believe that the East is going to rise, and that the core nation of the next power is going to be Russia, the devouring bear. And I believe that the devouring bear is already devouring much flesh as we speak. Look at the last few years in Ukraine, over 1 million people dead, probably way more than that, but devouring much flesh for sure. But After the beast kingdom of the Antichrist has its time of dominion on the earth, watch this. The Ancient of Days. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So who is this? Well, this is God the Father, the Ancient of Days. This is God the Father on the throne. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. They had a time of dominion, but it's not going to last forever. However, there is a kingdom that's going to last forever. The Son of Man is given dominion. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man. That's Jesus. Now currently he's seated by the right hand of that throne. He's not on the throne. He's by the right hand of the throne. Behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. What does that mean? Well, God has promised here that once Jesus Christ, the Savior and hero of humanity, is on that throne, everything will be under his dominion, and he will never, ever lose dominion again. So let me ask you a question. With these truths being clearly enumerated in the scriptures, is it possible that we went through the millennial kingdom and missed it? No, it is not. Because the scriptures are clear that Jesus and his government of saints are the ones who are ruling on the earth during the millennial kingdom. That has not happened. That has not happened because Jesus is not on the throne right now. And once Jesus is on the throne, he's not going to lose the throne. So clearly he has not been on the throne in the past. That is still a future event which is coming. Because here we are promised that once his dominion is fully established, his dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. This is incredibly important. Jesus is currently seated by the right hand of God's throne, and he's paying close attention to what his saints are doing, and occasionally he stands up for the saints and watches with great attention and care and compassion, such as we saw during the martyrdom of Stephen, where Stephen, looking up, was given a vision of Jesus the Christ, who was standing there by the right side of God's throne, paying close attention to Stephen and how Stephen would live his final moments. Jesus has not taken the throne yet. It's going to be his soon, very soon, but it's not his yet. And right now, the Ancient of Days, God the Father, is working to put all things under the feet of Jesus the Son. The scriptures are clear about this. Don't be deceived by false teachers who are saying that the millennial kingdom already happened or that we're in the millennial kingdom now. It's not the case. It's very obviously not the case.